Hey there. Uh, so I'm at my mom's right now, and I just wanted to record this video so I can get some things. I'm a bit disappointed in myself, right? I listened to like 40 minutes of the latest Elon showing on Joe Rogan, and dog. We've all heard of this. I mean, it must be true. Department of Governmental Efficiency and the controversy it has gathered and so on. And I'm not numerically educated, but I can tell you one thing. It's online a lot more than I thought. If you go on, it should be doge.gov, because I made this comments in the past video. I just wanted to clarify on this, where I said that it was not really info that was out there, and they were not really telling how they saved the money and so on, and it was formally out there, you know. Uh, I just wanted to share that because I am an inconsistent character at my truth telling, I guess. I'm trying to work out of it, trying to better my assumption driven words and into a more like palpable, honest, truthful basis. And it really hurts me that I'm lying like in videos, like it's not want to lie. So if you're ever interested in that, it can be good to educate yourself. Even if you're not from the US, it can be good to educate yourself on matters such as that. Uh, I am just chilling right now, and I want to talk about some things. So I think an interesting discussion to have in life is we all agree that billionaires can be shady. We all agree the government can be shady. I think an interesting discussion to have in life is which one's priorities out of the two end up amounting to a worse prospect. Like, do you dislike the government more? Or do you dislike the clan of rich people more? And I will say this, okay? For me, it is the government, and I'll tell you why, okay? So I'm not just want to share this. Dogs I saved like over like $100 billion. That's what it says, really. $100 billion, over $100 billion has been saved without cutting out like Medicare or anything. Like save like $900 per taxpayer or something. I guess the goal is like $5,000 for the at least, but yeah. Billionaires are extremely powerful, and the point is that there's madness around the dissuasion of paying your taxes. There's such a huge madness in how it is said that a lot of billionaires are like dodging or mitigating the taxes, and they're doing so through charitable means and tax deductions, exemptions. And in the process, like while it is a legal application of the right, it is said that in the process, they're therefore wasting the government some of its money and so on. See, here's what I think the truth of that, the truth of that really is. Uh, in the process of a socialist virtue, Which that is what surprises me is I guess there was probably, I'm hoping, like I didn't Google it, but I know Elon, you wanted to give some of it back. Donald Trump, you wanted to give some of it back to the citizens, some of the money. And it really surprised me because it's such a socialist virtue. I mean, I don't think, like I might have said it in the previous video, I don't think Bernie really lost because of the basic income, despite what people think. I think Bernie lost because he wanted to raise the taxes up on the rich class by a lot. And your money would get taxed beyond the initial basis, so it'd get taxed like year by year. Like if you just owned enough money in your bank account, it'd get taxed regardless, no matter what. Which I don't know if that's exactly how it works. And really, it's for them. It's a matter of preservation, of course, but maybe it's a matter of reason as well. What I'm trying to say is, if you are already taxing billionaires like 30%, 33%, at that point, the money is clearly not going in the right places. You know, if you're working against, like, if you cannot afford $1,000 of basic income at that point per citizen, then the money is not going in the right places. It is clear, because that should spread out the money enough. You think it would really spread out the money enough? Instead, Bernie would want to raise about 10%, 15%. Just to afford $1,000 of basic income and ignore the waste. I mean, it's a valid point. I think it's a valid point. I mean, if the money is literally going nowhere, then it's going somewhere, of course, but they're just not saying where it's going. Like he was talking about how you could file payments without giving an official registration code or something, like, without actually accounting for the dollars spent, accounting for where it's going, you know? And I think that with the amount they're taxed, even 20% would be enough to cater, like, to the basic income means. I mean, really, they say it's so egregious to lower the taxes on the billionaires. Why should we not have the freedom to the biggest amount of a what possible? If we have earned the what, why should we not have the freedom? I mean, I know that the billionaires can be sketchy with how they gather the money, in the sense that, I mean, I'll just say, like, I looked up some wages. I looked up Microsoft, I looked up SpaceX wages, and I was very impressed. You know, they're making an average of like 100, like SpaceX is like 120, 130K a year on average, you know. But it is a true as well that, I mean, it's sort of a sketchy process. What did I want to say? 20% would really be sufficient, I think. And they end up doing more than that. You should be entitled to the most money you possibly can have. In fact, I don't know why the billionaires themselves couldn't simply fund the government, if you catch my drift. And I mean, they're already being philanthropic beyond the money that's taxed with third world nations. So why couldn't they fund the government? It would make it so that, I mean, I guess that's the point, right? Like, I guess that's the point of the taxation system, really, is that maybe they wouldn't commit to it. I can't say they commit to it, but I guess the point is that it is a big portion of what they earn, and maybe they could be wiser with the equality of the matter. but they kind of have the right. They have the right to do it, and a lot of them have pledged to donate most of their earnings throughout their lifetime. So I think that is a really good thing. I kind of get the billionaire game more than some people. I mean, the point is that in the leverage that you have is the opportunity for good things to happen. It gives you the leverage to purchase. Like purchasing power is the point. It is the point of the betterment of the innovative means. I'll just share something else too. Uh, I have felt some hope. Like, how do I put this? I went on this paranoid tirade maybe yesterday, maybe the day before. And I blocked a friend from Discord, blah, blah, blah. And because I was convinced it was working against me in my mind, then I unblocked him. But there's still such a conviction in me that says that society is like detrimenting me, that it is poisoning my mind. And the point is that I don't know really what the point is anymore. I mean, the answers they give me are quite stagnant and delusional, ironically enough. I mean, such as, because I'm too bronze or because I'm too genius or whatever. So I don't even think I'm that genius. I mean, the truth is when I see someone like Elon or a successful figurehead, let's say that, I am very moved because I do not have the expertise of the qualifications, or I do not have the capability of the financial earnings, but it's more than that. It's the expertise of the matter. I'm very touched. I'm very touched by the company that the people that are truly influential and intelligent and they have the right mindset. I'm truly touched by them, But I think daily that a lot of society is vindicative against me and is working against me. I do not presume it to be everyone, but I get the feeling that a lot of society is very vindicative against me. And there are too many moments in the last few years where it all links. I mean, like, something will correlate to the trip and then, a friend has blocked me, or someone's giving me the cold shoulder, or someone's punched me on the street, and it links to the madness around me. It makes me think like it's not just in my head. Seeing someone, well, I'll just say it, seeing someone teleport has happened a few times. Teleport in front of me. I mean, it makes me think it's not just the madness in my head. It makes me think the madness in my head correlates to the madness on the planet. If I were to tell them my truths to the people who vindicatively despise me, here's what I would say. Just think about it. In your conundrum, you are seeking an outcome where I am to be reclusive mentality, where I am to be a fallacy to my own beliefs of confidence and of strength mentally, and the process of the degradation of my mentality, you are fueling the hypocrisy that you deny within you. Because I know you'd all say that you have positive intentions and you mean well for the world, and I only do too. I think it is a shame that we are living in such an egotistical tirade that a man's personal benign success would be another man's failure. I think it is a shame that you have attempted to create a mockery out of me, and that in the release of my emotion and my catharsis was your biggest regret. I think you should let go of this pastime of yours, and I think you should accept the jurisdiction of equality and the equilibrium of sanity. I think that it is a fallacy to believe in yourself and to let yourself be distraught over the success of someone else, the personal, the mental success of someone else. If you truly believe in yourself, then you would only focus on yourself in that sense. You would only focus on the betterment of your own self. You would not let someone else's improvement, or let's say the brilliance in their mind, you would not let it affect you. I do not even think I am a brilliant man. I think I know too little to be a brilliant man. But the truth is clearly you have a problem with the fact that I'm perseverant, with the fact that I'm honest with myself, with the fact that I have made attempts to better my situation and so on. The fact that mentally I have fought for myself, I really have fought for myself mentally. These are things that are terrifying to you. These are things that you despise, and I wish you would snap out of it. It's not healthy to be this way. I suspect you are a lucid, significant portion of society. I ask that you don't need to rescind, you don't need to apologize, but I ask that you do it to your own self. I ask that you reconsider your ways. I ask that you soul search, because it's not a good path for you anymore. Now, the truth is in the conundrum of, or anger, and or hatred, is the fact that there could have been a kindness all along. There could have been an understanding all along, and instead you just let the hatred swallow you. They openly tell me that daily they mute my memories. Daily they suffocate my being. And I've come to understand the situation as the subconscious perplex, or the subconscious complex, I mean. The complex of the human nature and its subdued motivator, the inner self. But I think it correlates to the straight up self a lot more than people are willing to admit. Uh, I am made into a scatterbrained being. They're deleting my vocabulary. I mean, they're doing a lot of really bad things to me. I'm not physically hurt, but that's about as good as it gets. I mean, beyond that, I am made to be uh, symmetrically driven, which means I scratch one side of my neck, then I need to scratch the other side of my neck, then I need to scratch the middle of my neck. Like, it's really quite a travesty because I'm being made fun of by them in that sense. And I think a lot of them want to kill me, really. I was not let it get to me too much, even though a few times it's gotten pretty bad, but the point is that it's unreasonable, it's not dignified, but most of all, it's soulless. I do think so personally, it's soulless. Because in the seeking of the vanquishment of my happiness and my emotion and my intelligence, there's not only an irony in that is hard work that could be put toward a better measure, because I'm simply a person. But there's also the fact that it is such a petty vindicative crime that it makes you wonder if they ever cared about themselves. It really makes you wonder if they ever cared about themselves at all. Anyways, I notice I'm not the best looking guy. I kind of look cute, I guess, and that's about it. But I've really noticed that, because I thought I looked better. I just noticed it this morning. I don't look as good as I remembered. But maybe I could look even worse. I don't know. Regardless, I think some beings support me despite what I feel have been my erratic tendencies and my generally other than that, though, I mean, a very well-meaning guy overall. I'm a very well-meaning guy overall. I think I'm a beautiful man, really. I'm certainly ambitious with my craft. That's with the vlogs. Really, lately it's been with the instrumentals, the music. I'm very ambitious with my craft. I think pulling off some very complex music, and I look forward to sharing it with you as Matthew the Figurehead. I think that they worsen the proponent of my thinking and the health in me so significantly that it becomes a bastardization of my intended reality. They bastardize me to a certain submission, and I think that they're very ill-willed for it. It makes me think about how our society is very judgmental, and it makes me think about the application of that point. The point is that they're scared of something, but I cannot really tell what, or maybe I can, and I'm just not willing to share it. But all will come in due time, I'm sure. All will come in due time, man. Anyways, thank you, and you are seriously like cool for viewing my videos, and uh Yes, I am an erratic, spontaneous man. Yes, I am dissuaded in terms of the regardless, like the hysteria, the judgment, the mockery does not fuel me, does not entice me. I read like the first chapter of The Shining by Stephen King, and it just told me how long I have to go, how long, how far I have yet to come with my vocabulary, because I did not know Asilius and onward. I did not know the words that were shared. I had to Google like 10 words, and they only allocated one, which was Asilius, did not allocate the other words. So I never did remember in the end. I had to Google them like, there's a word I had to Google like 3 times, you know what I mean? It was really kind of a sad thing. I had to Google like 12 words for a chapter's sake. It was really a sad thing for me because they have taken away my vocabulary so significantly that I'm forced to recollect the same words, and I cannot speak so sophisticatedly, which I really wish I could speak much more in a much more sophisticated way, but I cannot really do it right now. They are vindicative and they find it pleasurable to seep through to the soul, and their commandments are to rigorously deny the right to emotions and to create a hysteria within others. I think they're trying to fuel the fire. In order to get me to give up on myself, and I don't want to ever give up on myself, right? So yeah, just some thoughts. I will share this with YouTube. I will share this online, and thank you and take care, and I love you. And if I've ever lied in the video and you have noticed it, then I'm sorry about it. I mean, I'm genuinely sorry about it. I try not to lie. I mean, Elon, he's a bit the same way. I mean, like, he said sex dolls would be probably a thing in 5 years. If you're sucking the blow up dolls or something, I agree, but like, woman that you can fuck in 5 years, or yeah, I mean, that's just not gonna happen. But yeah, so, bro.